Hi, Netflix has open sourced a model that removes objects from videos, and not only does it remove the object itself, it also removes the effects that object has on the other objects in the video. For example, if we remove this man jumping on the raft, we not only remove the man, but we also remove the disturbance of the raft and the splash into the pool. And here are some examples I ran. We have the dog trying to catch this toy, and then after we remove the toy, and so it just looks like the dog is jumping, which is an interesting effect. And then I reversed and I removed the dog, and then we see the toy falling to the ground, but the physics aren't quite right there. And then in this one, I removed the dog and the reflection is removed and the splash, but you can see there is a bit of reflection that is left in the beginning of the video. With a little work, that could probably be fixed. This model and the inference code is pretty experimental at this point. It is interesting how it works. It actually calls Gemini to have Gemini's vision language model look at your video and provide input on the mask that is created. So this is actually the prompt that is sent to Gemini asking it what would happen if the main object is removed. So for the dog splash example, Gemini gets sent your original video with the dog jumping and then a mask of just the dog and the instructions to analyze what happens if you remove this masked object. And then you get a response like this from Gemini. We see that the edit instructions provided was just remove the selected object, and then Gemini correctly identified that the reflection would be an affected object, and it even says why, because the reflection is cast by the dog on the water surface, and then it says to make this go away and identifies where in the video it is located. So that's what all of this is. And then it also identifies that the splash needs to go away and why the splash needs to go away, because the dog caused the splash. And then it says that it should disappear entirely, and then identifies where in the video that splash is. And then it also provides the scene description without the dog and its affected objects. And then using that output, we use SAM3 to create this, what we call a quad mask, which has the black dog item removed, and then this gray area where we want to modify or remove affected objects because the masked black area was removed. So how can you run this model yourself? I created this open source repo that wraps the researcher repo to make it much easier to run this model. It has a UI that walks you through the steps. You can pull this on your own machine with Docker, build it yourself and run it locally, or I will walk step by step on how you can run this on RunPod. The first thing you're going to have to do is go get a Gemini API key. So go into Google AI Studio and get an API key, click Create API Key, and then name it. I'm going to name this one Void. And then you'll have to attach it to a project. I will create a new project for this called Void. And then you create key. And then you're going to want to copy that and paste it somewhere you will have later. And then you also have to set up billing because you do have to pay to hit the Gemini model for this. So make sure you have some billing set up with just a few dollars if you want. And that's all you have to do in Gemini. Then head over to Hugging Face, particularly the Facebook SAM3 repo in Hugging Face, and you have to get permission to use the SAM3 weights. So there'll be a form there if you have not been approved, and just fill out that form and then you'll have access to the weights. Then click on your profile, scroll down to Access Tokens, and create a new token, name your token, and then set it to read access, or you can do fine grained and set them, and then create token, and then copy that as well to use later. Now we're ready for RunPod, so go in there. I like to use the secure cloud. You can set your region, and then I'm going to use an A40, and then go to change templates, search Void, and then you'll see Void Object Removal from Square Zero Labs. That's the one you want to select, and then select Edit, and then you will have to set some environment variables here. This is where we will take that Gemini API key and create a secret, and then use that secret here for the Gemini API key value. Same with HF_token. That is where you want to put your Hugging Face token that you just created. You can also change the password for the app that you're going to launch on RunPod. The default password is Void, but you can make it whatever you like. Click Set Overrides, and then scroll down, and you're going to want to set a volume, either a network volume or disk volume. I'm just going to do disk volume for this for the demo, and then click Deploy. And it's going to take a few minutes to boot up. It has to download the Docker and get it going, and also download the model weights. Once it's ready, you'll see that green ready, and you can click on the Gradio app in the Connect, and then your username is admin and password is void, unless you change that when you were setting up your pod. And then we are now in the very ugly app that I made to run the Void model. It is not pretty, but it is functional and lets you walk through the steps that you need to remove the objects. So we're going to drag in our input video, and then you can name the job for reference later, or it will automatically name it for you, and then click load video. We're using one of the videos the researchers use as an example. It has 2 pillows and a weight being lowered on the pillows, and we're going to remove the weight. And the idea is, since the weight is removed, the pillow should not compress. And here we give a prompt that Gemini will get, and I'm just going to use segment the weight. That's what the researchers used. But you could also just use remove the kettlebell or remove the selected object. And then you need a prompt that the Void model will get. This prompt should be what the video looks like without the removed object. So here we're just going to do 2 pillows on the table. And then in this box, we're going to click on the object we want removed from the video. So just going to click around it and then advance the video and click on it in a few later frames. This is not that important with this video since the object doesn't move that much, but if you did have an object that was moving a lot, you'd want to kind of track it over the course of the video. Once you have a good number of points on your object to be removed, you can then click Save Points JSON, and then you can go ahead and select to generate your mask. This will take a couple of minutes. Your logs will output right there so you can track what is going on. First, SAM2 is going to be used to actually track and mask your removal object over time with that black mask. And then it's going to call Gemini to get the information on the related objects that will be impacted by the main object being removed. And then that will create those gray masks, and then it will output what they call a quad mask, which includes the black mask of the object to be removed and then gray where the affected objects are. And there we see it took about 3 minutes, and here we have our primary mask. And then we have our quad mask with the gray where the impacted pillow is. And now we're ready to actually run the Void model by hitting Run Pass 1. And the way this works is it's calling the model, which is actually on the Run Pod that we have. And the first pass is really about removing the object and changing the area around it for the affected objects, and then pass 2 is for refinement. This first pass took about 6 minutes, and we see that our kettlebell is removed, but we do still see that the pillow is crunching down a little bit, which is not ideal, and I think has to do with the fact that the quad mask is not as good as the researcher one was. What's a little frustrating about this model is that the results you get from Gemini are not completely controllable, and some results are better than others. But I'm going to go ahead and run pass 2 for the refinement. If you don't like the outputs of pass 1, you can always go back and regenerate the quad mask and see if that has better results. I found that the primary object removal is quite good with this model, and sometimes the quad mask is not great, so the associated effects aren't perfect. But it is so ambitious of a model to remove the primary object and the associated effects. So I'm actually pretty happy if I can get good quality in painting on the primary object removal. This second pass took about 8 minutes, and here's our result. We still have really nice removal of the kettlebell, but the pillow is crunching down regardless of the fact that the kettlebell's gone. To show that it can work better, here is the results I got when I actually used the researcher's quad mask. So you see the pillow doesn't deflate at all. And here I removed the clip holding up the paper, so here we can see the paper just drifting down onto the pillow. And I actually think that use cases like this are really interesting because you can have things in the video that are manipulating objects and then remove those manipulators from the video and get interesting special effects, like removing the parachute from this paraglider. And for these, you actually don't care about the quad mask. You don't want the effects to be removed. What you're seeking is actually the effects, and you just want the primary object removed. And perhaps the primary object's reflections and shadows. A few other tips for working in this pod. There is a Jupyter Lab environment. If you go to the Connect area, you can click on Jupyter, and it will open up this screen where you can navigate through the files. So you can see the files here that get created for every job. It is very comprehensive. It has your masks. It has your outputs from your first pass, from your second pass. It also has the actual analysis sent back from Gemini. So you can debug any issues and modify your prompt if you're not getting the response from Gemini that will help you get a good quad mask. And you can download the whole directory for each job as an archive file, so it's really easy to move it to your own machine. When you're done, make sure to stop and terminate your pod so you're no longer charged. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.